How you guys doing? Eric here. Welcome to weekend update number 200. Dingo. I'm a little late this evening getting on because I was watching the hockey game. Colorado won. It's my little guilty pleasure following the Colorado Avalanche through the hockey season. But yeah, it was a fun game to watch that Colorado won on this Super Bowl weekend. Lots of stuff going on this week. Lots of stuff to talk about. I'll be back in a second. There you go. But yeah, Super Bowl weekend here. Beautiful Super Bowl weekend here, Colorado. Really nice weather we're having. Dare I say, spring-like? Yeah, yeah, we do have looks like we got a pretty good snowstorm coming in early next week. But yeah, like I said, lots of stuff to talk about this week. Mostly the top story, of course, the horrible earthquake that hit Turkey. Man, that was terrible, man. There was over 20,000 people killed. That's going on this week. We had another high altitude balloon shot down out of the sky. The Grammys, that was something that happened this week that everybody's talking about. That was a really, really weird satanic Grammy show. Davey Boy. What else? A lot of talk about Ukraine. Could it be the beginnings of World War III? Well, a lot of people are saying it is. It is definitely already the beginning of World War III. Yeah, I guess the United States is sending more and more weapons over there, And, there's no end in sight to it, right? Not that I've heard anything about, any kind of talks about ending the hostilities in Ukraine. Just talk about escalation. Now that Ukraine is threatening to fire missiles at Crimea is the latest shit I've heard. Hey, Ozzy, thanks. 200. Like I said last time, man, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a number. But also, on the other hand, people are really into numbers like that, right? It's a really big thing. Well, milestones, you might say. I don't know how it's been like 4 or 5 years I've been doing this now. Wow, it's amazing how fast the time goes by. But, yeah, that earthquake, terrible. Of course, the conspiracy theorists are having a field day. Not that I would espouse any crazy conspiracy theories about how could people even possibly create an earthquake in the first place? It's ridiculous. Even though they did say that they could create earthquakes with certain technologies, but what? That doesn't mean they would, or would they? I don't know. It's not my theory. I just heard other people talking about it. 200 nights hanging out time. Yes, it does. Looking back at all of I was just looking at the thumbnails over all of my live streams. It's interesting how things change very gradually. But yeah, I let my dog outside, so I got to be aware that my dog is out. It's dark here. We have mountain lions around here lately, and they're taking people's dogs. But they wouldn't fuck with Dingo, I don't think. Yeah, and then there was that Grammy Award thing. That was really, really bizarre. Have you guys seen that? A lot of talk about that this week. That was just really weird, just blatantly in your face, you know. So, you know, the guy, can you get any more satanic? You know, why? You know, what's the point? I don't know. It's just everything's out in the open now, right? That guy Sam Smith presenting the award to the first openly transsexual big pop star to win this certain award. The first openly transsexual. And they announced that, yeah, that you know, she was a transsexual, the first one to win this Grammy Award, and everybody in the place just stood up and started clapping it. Oh, and they're all smiling, and oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, it's so wonderful. And they're all dressed in red, and then they do this really weird song with Sam Smith, like, just really, and you could just tell every person there was a transsexual. I mean, geez, shit's just gotten so strange, so very strange. I mean, I often say it, you know, I knew the world was going to get bad, but I just never knew it would get this fucking weird. Who could have imagined it would get this fucking weird, man? I couldn't have fathomed it 10 years ago that this would be the way the world is in 2023. Yeah, Jason's laughing. He must have seen it. Bingo. I should not let him out at night, man, but I'm so liberal with my dog. I let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But yeah, that was just really bizarre, you know. How the first, see that woman, whatever her name, or it, you know, I'll just call it, whatever its name was, you know, is the first openly transsexual. Because I'm sure a lot of these, you know, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of more conspiracy theories out there that a lot of famous people in the music industry and in the movies and shit, you know, celebrities, a lot of them are trannies anyway. I don't know. They really zoomed in on Taylor Swift. You know, there's one that's been in the transvestigation. There's people out there that think that Taylor Swift is a tranny. I don't know. I don't know. It could be. It wouldn't surprise me to find out that any one of these fucking people are tranny. It's just so ridiculous now. Oh, it's just so unbelievable. This is what the world has come to. But yeah, it's Super Bowl weekend. Woohoo! You know, I saw a bald eagle yesterday up close, up on top of this telephone pole. I like walked real close to it, and it was just sitting there on top of this like flat telephone pole on top. You know, not real high off the ground. It was just sitting there eating a rabbit. And like I looked at when I got a camera, took a few photos of it, and then it flew off. You know, I'm taking that as a sign. To me, that's a sign that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. I think, yeah, that's my prediction, that the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. I don't really know much about it. I don't really follow football at all anymore. Ever since that one Super Bowl when Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, you know, scored like 35 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win the game 28-35. It was like, no, this just don't happen. And that's when I just was done with football forever. But I got to admit, man, I still watch hockey. It's my guilty pleasure, okay? I don't know, man. It was a great game tonight, though, man. The Avalanche, Colorado Avalanche won in Florida against Florida Panthers. It was a really good team. And they got Colorado just got their ass kicked the other day by the Tampa Bay Lightning, like 5-0, and then they come back and they beat the Panthers 5-3, scoring an empty net goal. Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. Anyways, that's my one thing I do watch is hockey. It was the Colorado Avalanche, really. They won the Stanley Cup last year. It'll be fun. See how they do on their trying to repeat the Stanley Cup champions. They have a chance, I think. But anyways, enough about hockey and sports. Even though, yeah, it's a big sports weekend. I've heard they're talking about a lot of it on the radio. You know, they hype it all up. The most watched sporting event now they're talking about over $750 billion or some shit is being bet on the Super Bowl this year. I'm like, I don't even know if I believe that shit. They're just pulling these numbers out of their ass. I got to go round up my mutt. Wow, that's weird. I went outside to blow the whistle to try to get my dog to come because he's pretty hard of hearing. And I saw a bunch of flashes in the sky, almost like lightning. Really strange. I wonder what that's all about. Almost looked like some far off explosions going on or some weird shit. Strange. I didn't hear nothing. Just saw. Kind of looked like almost like lightning, but to get lightning this time of year is really bizarre. But anyways, I'm going to go find my dog. I'll be back in a minute. So hang out. I'll be back shortly. Okay. I'm back. I got the dog. He was at my neighbor's house. Yeah. Found an eagle feather one time. So, excuse me. A little bit out of breath. I had to run across a field of snow. But anyways, what were we talking about? The Emmys? That was crazy shit, man. Also, a big story this week is the avian flu. Really pushing that one now. I guess they're talking about it's crossing over into mammals now. From birds to mammals. I heard quite a few reports about different types of mammals getting infected with the avian flu from eating birds, most likely, they're saying. That's interesting development. And then I say, oh, if it can spread to mammals, it can spread to humans. Of course, because humans are mammals. So there's an interesting development in the war on infectious disease that we're going through these days. That earthquake, over 20,000 killed. And of course, there are those crazy conspiracy theories that say, Turkey recently said that they weren't going to, try to fight against Russia or whatever, or they just want to remain neutral. Maybe they said, I'm not sure. Some they went against NATO, basically, and then the earthquake happens. That's interesting timing. I'm just saying, Mother Nature works in mysterious ways. But dingo. Now you want to get another bone and go outside? No. Yeah, we all know that in this day and age, earthquakes are being caused by the climate crisis. Oh, air supremacy. Nice to see you. Yes. Super Bowl halftime show will likely be a freak show as well. Yeah, I'm sure it is every year, right? I like to watch the people break it down, on YouTube afterwards. Let's just surf around and try to find videos of people critiquing the Super Bowl halftime show. But yeah, they showed a picture of Madonna at oh my God. Madonna at the Grammys. Oh, did you guys see that? Holy shit. She looked really fucking weird, man. She looked like one of the Bogdanov brothers. But yeah, just Madonna. Yeah, she looks like a demon, man. Really strange looking. Man, her face is all fucking puffed out. Doesn't look nothing like Madonna anymore. It was like reading comments about it, like Madonna should just like let herself get old and quit trying to put Botox into her face to make her to keep herself from aging. It's just making her face swell up like a fucking like a puffer shit fish. She look really weird looking. Ozzy says Madonna is a clone. They could all be clones. I don't know. It's definitely a clown. And then I like this one of the people that I know that I work with this shit. They're like, oh, I respect Madonna. I'm like, oh, I'd go pay a lot of money to go see a Madonna show. I just had to keep my mouth shut, man. I was like, okay, whatever. Just kind of like not like raise an eyebrow a little bit. Okay, whatever. To each his own, I guess. Yeah, if Madonna had a concert, she'd probably charge $1,000 for the cheapest tickets these days. You know, people would fucking pay it. People would be paying $10,000 to go see fucking Madonna. It's unreal. I heard, I can't. One guy was telling me there's some old person like that people are paying like $5,000 a ticket or something. I was like, you got, I don't know if it's true or not, but too much baby blood for Madonna. Yeah. Fucking someone I remember someone who paid $700 to see McCartney. Is it even the real Paul McCartney? I don't know. I have my doubts. That's one of my favorite conspiracy theories. But yeah, then it was the whole Taylor Swift, right? They had to zero in on her, you know, when they're talking about the transsexual artist who just won a Grammy and everybody's bravo. Oh, isn't she wonderful? Oh. I'm just like, oh, this is so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculously in your face with the whole fucking garbage agenda, right? My God. It's like so weird. I just don't know what. See, even Ozzy knows about it. I mean, I would never say such a crazy, I would never espouse such a crazy theory, but Ozzy thinks that something weird like that happened. I do notice the change in McCartney after that, though. Yeah, he definitely looks different to me. I picked up on it when I was a little kid, and it was like how much different McCartney looked. You know, I never said anything about it, but it did occur to me. I think, even whether I realized it or not when I was a kid, but something in my mind I think knew that it was a different person. I remember nosebleed tickets, U2 being scalped for $1,500, and people would pay that shit. Huh? Yeah, people are so stupid. Yeah, Elvis and Paul's Pop Places. There's so many. You know, I watched this video recently that like talks about how they put so many clues in their music, and they really did. If you listen to their music, there's so many clues about it. He blew his mind out in a car. There's a shit ton of them. The Walrus is Paul. Maybe when he got his head all mangled up, he looked like a walrus. And like, if you look on that, there's one album, because Abbey Road, where they're all walking across the street, and they're all like, they're stepping in sync. And in the photo, they're like stepping in sync. And like Paul McCartney's like an opposite sync. And he's like barefoot. Yeah, that was this. It's really interesting how many, you know, instances there are of people pointing out that that's a clue to Paul McCartney, and like they spend a lot of their time in all their music. They do that, you know. This is what this whole video was about. Paul with no shoes, yes, and he's the yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I don't know for sure. Eric S., how you doing? Happy Super Bowl weekend. I think from what I could gather, that they're playing the Super Bowl in Florida somewhere. But man, they could play it here this year. It's really nice weather we're having. We supposedly could have a pretty good snowstorm Tuesday and Wednesday. We might get a foot of snow. We'll see. We could use it. We need some moisture. Things are getting kind of dry around here. The Beatles were deep in the Satanic. Yeah. Crowley, Sgt. Pepper. Yeah. It was 20 years ago today. Sgt. Pepper taught the band to play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all kinds of it. But from this video I was watching, they were talking, they all, felt, really weird about it. The remaining three Beatles. And they were like threatened by this guy. That if they didn't go along with it, he was going to kill them. This is what was saying in this video, man. And Dr. Robert, I think, was his name. And then there's another guy named Maxwell, and he put them both in songs. Dr. Robert. I think it was like some kind of psychiatrist or something. That was a real dude, man. And Bang Bang Maxwell Silverhammer. There was a guy named Maxwell who was in the fucking. He was like in the record industry, almost like a mobster in the record industry. Like he would kill people and shit. And that's how the song goes. Bang bang Maxwell Silverhammer came down upon his head. Do, 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 do. Bang bang Maxwell Silverhammer made sure she was dead. Do, do. So yeah, that's another thing they were talking about. I really love that song. It's a great song. All those songs are great. It was pointing out how they were dropping clues, and the record industry didn't like it, and then that's why they forced them to break up. I think they were kind of, and like for the rest of their lives, they were all worried about it, and then John Lennon got killed. It's not a coinkydink. Well, thank you, Lee. Oh, dingo. Yeah, that'll be fun to sing in like a old band, like an oldies band, playing all my favorite old rock and roll songs. Dingo. Maybe I'll look for one. Just go do it. Paul is, yeah. And this motherfucker everybody thinks he's still alive. This guy the guy that took his place is Billy Shears, right? Billy Shears. They mentioned him in the song too. Billy Shears. But yeah, Billy Shears, he was a guy that was like in a Beatles cover band. And supposedly that's the guy that took over when McCartney died. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting story. I think it's true myself. I'll probably get my channel fucking taken down for that. That's insane. to believe that Paul McCartney is dead. That's blasphemy. But no, it just kind of shows the whole how fucking dirty and evil and satanic the whole music industry is. And it was all just in our face. They did a lot of LSD, sponsored by the CIA. That's what I understand. Yeah, I've done a lot of LSD myself. I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful substance, man. Everybody should try LSD at least once, because it's a fucking mind-expanding experience, and no doubt about it. It makes you think way the fuck outside of the box. And that's what they don't like about it. They don't want people thinking that deeply. And when you're on that kind of a drug, you just look at the world and you're like, man, the world is so fucking stupid. Can't believe how fucking stupid the world is. But you don't get mad. You just kind of laugh. It's all so ridiculous. Our whole way of living in life is just so stupid and ridiculous. And it just makes sense to you, when you're on those kind of drugs. Ever watched The Winged Beetle, huh? So it's about the Beatles. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Speaking of the evil and satanic music industry, it's not even, they're not even trying to hide it anymore, with these, it's just so in your face, man. It's, this whole agenda and, the alphabet mafia agenda to turn your kids into people that can no longer breed. They can no longer reproduce. Yeah, it's been going along a long time, man. Like the HIV epidemic. I really, I know looking back now, it was all part of the same agenda that's going on today. And it worked really fucking good. I bet you that, it really slowed down the population growth at the time. Because, nobody would have unsaved, you couldn't get laid without a condom for most of my lifetime. People were afraid of that shit. Whether a woman was on the pill or not, they still were, people were just afraid of getting AIDS. And there's no doubt in my mind that it slowed down the population growth. And that was the whole agenda of it. It never occurred to me at the time. Nobody would have thought that at the time. It was just, everybody truly believed it, that it was a real thing. And it was still, a lot of people still do. A lot of people will argue and say, no, it's real. My uncle died of it, So I don't know, but I never knew anybody that died of AIDS in my whole lifetime. It's a horrible, horrible epidemic. There's no one person that ever had it or died of it or anything. It was just a big fucking lie, man, that everybody believed. My parents thought Kiss was evil, but, well, if they only knew what was coming. Yeah, Kiss is pretty fucking evil, dude. No doubt about it. Fucking Gene Simmons is a creep and a half, man. But, of course, I was a kid at that time. And yeah, man, we all loved Kiss, I don't know. I remember when I don't know if I really loved Kiss, but it was really cool, to have like a Kiss t-shirt. And I had a couple Kiss records when I was a kid. That I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, they are turning the kids gay. It's like the Frogs. They start with the Frogs and then they go to the kids. God damn it, they're turning the Frogs gay. And then the next thing you know, it's going to spread to the children. Yeah, what's going on? It was the beginning of it, bands like Kiss. That was all part of the agenda. It was a very gradual, slow process. It seems slow to us because we watched it unfold all over our lifetimes. destroying our whole our whole culture, getting rid of all of our morality. It's been an ongoing process my whole lifetime. Roz Eric, what's happening, man? How you doing,
What's
bro?
up, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, working, huh? What the fuck? No working
man.
no working on the
wanna-
stream loud, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
What the fuck? We don't like to talk about work here, bro.
I know, bro. But look at this shit.
What is that?
Some walnut.
Oh, walnut cabinet.
Walnut cabinet faces.
Yeah. Looks like it had a big ass hole in it.
Yeah, filling that with some epoxy.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's cool, man. So, what's going on, man? I see you working overtime.
Yeah.
Damn, you're dedicated.
I'm just trying to get shit done, bud, so I can.
So you can get paid, so you can pay your bills.
Yeah, pretty much.
Keep the wolves at bay. I hear you, man.
Try to get clients off my ass,
Yeah. And it seems like it's really strange how the world is now.
Yeah.
There's like, the economy's shit, but still people need to have work done on their houses. Dude, they got the money to spend on that.
I'm doing an $80,000 kitchen, and they keep adding stuff, and it's like, why are you buying all this shit?
Wow. $80,000 kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't buy much these days, though, to be honest.
No.
80 grand don't buy much anymore, man.
People see these kitchens, they see my prices, and they're like, "Oh, what? I don't know." And I'm like, "Dude, have you gone to the grocery store?"
How much do you charge for what you do these days? Ask them that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I charge a lot of money, but I don't make a lot of money myself.
No, it's just covering your expenses.
People think contractors are always ripping you off, but really, dude, the average salary of a contractor is $52,000.
Yeah, it's not very much money these days.
But yeah, man.
Look at the price of groceries lately. God damn, I'm just jeez. So I thought inflation was stalling out.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You know how much I pay for a single sheet of maple 3/4 ply?
I would say about $150.
Add another 100.
$250.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Gene Simmons lent Van Halen $5,000 to get their start. Huh? You know why? Because he probably knew he would get his money back with millions more. That's the only reason why he did. You think he did it out of the goodness of his heart?
Bro, I went to a Kiss concert when I was a kid. I wasn't really into him, but my buddy was. I was like, I'll go. We were like jamming out, Ted Nugent opened up for him, and Cat Scratch Fever.
Wow. They must have been really old at that point, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was the farewell tour like 20 years ago.
It was the rest in peace tour.
Yeah. But, dude, I remember this fucking creepy guy in front of us. He kept reaching behind him and trying to fucking fondle me and my buddy. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Did that guy just...
He was just trying to touch us, man.
I would have fucking punched him in the face.
Yeah, dude. Fucking gross. What's up,
Touch
Ozzy?
me like that in a crowd of people.
Hey, Ross.
Able to get fucking right crossed, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats
man.
on your...
How you doing, man? Welcome to
Beautiful.
the 200th chat special. 200
Congratulations on the 200th episode. Congratulations on the 200th episode.
Wow,
So.
it's amazing, huh? It's hard to believe I've done 200 of these fucking pieces of shit.
Hey, unless your views are going up. Oh, wait.
Gradually, man. Yeah. Not really.
People
Though.
are starting. People are starting to wake up.
200 views and I haven't gotten any better at whatsoever.
No,
You would think
don't
after
want views.
200 fucking episodes, I would have gotten good at this. I got to watch more Johnny Carson, man. That guy was the best.
You need
You got to sell some vitamins like Alex Jones. So you got to buy my vitamins. They're good for you.
Try
You gotta
my
get an
tangy
old-
tangerine.
You got to
my
get a
dick pills.
Freemason, an old Freemasonic lodge as your studio.
I need a better studio. That's it, man.
Yeah.
You need like a triangle or something.
This shit I got going on here is just, it's so amateur.
You guys
Bad
ever
lighting.
You guys listen to Joe? You guys listen to Joe Rogan sometimes, right?
Yeah.
No,
I do sometimes.
I can't stand Joe Rogan's fucking face.
I think he's gay. I think he's gay, man, for sure.
You might be.
Yeah,
He
it wouldn't surprise me these days.
He makes some comments where it's like, "Wow, this guy."
What do you think? How do you think he got where he is?
Oh, that's what I'm saying, bud. That's
Because he's definitely not that talented. He's not a very good comedian.
If you want your channel to be bigger, dude, you know what you have to do.
You got to go over there and suck Joe Rogan's penis. There's a lot of them that do. Like people like Tim Pool.
Oh yeah.
That fucking cunt. I can't stand Tim Pool.
Yeah, he's
With his
like
beanie.
If you're fucking 40 years old and smoking pot, you need to get a different addiction. You shouldn't be smoking pot.
You should have graduated at fucking heroin by now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, all those guys and like Tyler the
I call him Tim Tool.
Yeah.
Taylor? Surname Taylor?
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
That was a good show too, Home Improvement.
That was great, man.
He got busted for like 20 pounds of cocaine in the 60s or 70s.
Who? Tim Allen?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
He got busted with 20 pounds of cocaine?
God
damn.
I didn't know that.
Look up his mugshot. Yeah.
That's badass.
Shit,
that's badass.
I don't know. They made that much cocaine in the whole fucking year.
Oh, did you hear there was a massive drug bust in New Zealand? There was like $2 million worth of might have been $2 billion actually, $billion of cocaine in I think it was in New Zealand, Auckland or something. Auckland, New Zealand.
Damn.
But they only said it once on the radio. They never said it anymore.
Yeah. New Zealand, man, that's hard to get anything there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't even get fucking fentanyl.
Good stuff.
Yeah. New Zealand's like a fortress.
I shouldn't laugh about fentanyl. It's killed millions, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude. It's all made in China too.
I heard that fentanyl was made in Mexico.
Yeah, by the Chinese.
By Chinese Mexicans.
For real though, the Chinese pay it
Chexicans.
Well, all the Chinese sponsor it.
Yeah.
They finance the fentanyl production. It's definitely part of the war on the population, man.
It's a reverse opium war. We did it to them.
The English did it to them, not me. I didn't do it to them.
Yeah, but
you got a frog in your pocket.
Your forefathers were slave owners.
I didn't push no fucking drug war on anybody.
You know what's crazy is that, Kanye, he says a lot of powerful truths, and then they all make him look like he's totally fucking crazy. So if you say anything like him, and you're Kanye.
Yeah. So people that speak the truth are crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
And criminals.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's a fact.
Yeah. So what is it? The Super Bowl tomorrow?
I couldn't hear you.
Is it the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Fuck yeah, it is. I'm
Who's
saying
playing?
bet the farm on the Eagles.
The Eagles are playing.
I think it's the Eagles are playing the Chiefs.
My tip would be the Eagles because I've seen 2 eagles fly in the sky yesterday when I
I
was
saw an
driving.
eagle yesterday, dude. I was just saying earlier.
I saw
an
2
eagle
eagles.
like real close, a bald eagle sitting on a telephone
We've got
pole.
apparently we've got an Australian eagle, right? I didn't even know it, but I seen 2 of them flying in the sky on the side of the freeway up above.
This eagle I saw was sitting there eating a rabbit on top of a telephone pole. Wow, dude, I just looked up. There was a cat there, and this cat looked up, and I was like, "What are you looking at?" There was this fucking bald eagle. It's a very impressive animal.
The cat was probably thinking. The cat was probably thinking, "Oh shit, I'm probably going to be next."
Yeah, I don't know. The cat didn't seem worried about it. But I'm thinking, if that eagle wanted to take that cat, it would be no problem.
Yeah, but cats usually don't give a shit.
They wouldn't even know it hit it, dude. The eagles, that's how they hunt, man. They just come out of the sky, and whatever it captures doesn't even see it coming.
Yeah.
Amazing animal.
I heard there's a lot of.
I've seen that, and so I was thinking about it, and yeah, it's definitely an omen that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl.
Well,
and plus, I've heard other people say bet the farm when the playoffs first started. Bet the farm on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. So maybe the fix is in. But who knows?
If I was a betting man, I'd say the Eagles.
There's a lot of people that think that the fucking NFL is rigged. So
I read that Tom Cruise is skydiving at halftime.
Tom Cruise is skydiving. Oh my god!
You can't miss that. You can't miss that.
Dude, Tom Cruise for president, dude.
I'm not going to watch it. I won't be watching the Super Bowl whatsoever.
You'll be watching it with your eyes closed. You'll be watching it with your eyes closed.
But yeah, the halftime show is always interesting because it's like always like another satanic ritual, like the Grammys.
Yep. We're just like, sure that's a normal thing.
I'm sure somehow they'll be pushing the LGBTQ agenda. That will be stoned. There'll probably be commercials about it. That's another thing I like to watch afterwards is the commercials. They give you, they say a lot of things in the Super Bowl commercials. It's predictive programming basically.
Yeah, they do that with the AFL. The Australian Football League, right? They had, I think it was about 20 years ago, right? There was a guy named Gil McLaughlin. He was like the head of the AFL at the time. So he went over to the States, to the NFL, and he was asking them, how do you get more money? Obviously money, everything's money, but how do you get more supporters to come to the games, right? So then they started with all this political garbage and LGBTQI, and women can play football as well. That's why they've got a women's league now, and all this bullshit, like all this crazy, leftist, shit, and putting it into sports. So.
Yep. Definitely big time, and they always talk about the first openly transsexual person to do this, the first openly transsexual person to do that, and like, there's now they've come out with transsexual men in women's sports. That's been a story for a while.
Mm.
You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that just fucking ridiculous?
Yeah, well, you may as well have a transsexual league that's a transvestite or transsexual league, just for the trannies. Why can't you just do that? If you're going to make two different genders. If you're going to make 3 different genders, why don't you just do it that way?
Because that would be discriminatory. That would be hateful.
No, but that would be.
If a man identifies as a
that would
woman,
make sense.
then
That
you
would
have
make
to treat him
sense.
like a lady.
You got to open the car door for them, mate.
You got to let them play whatever they want.
You got to buy them dinner and open the car door for them.
Yeah, and if you don't find them attractive, that you're a hateful human being.
You're a bigot.
If you don't want to date transsexual women, I've heard this before. What's wrong with men that don't want to date transsexual women?
There was a story about it. I think there was a news article about it.
Why can't you respect her just like any other woman? And just give her a chance. At least have a date with her.
Yeah, I'll have a date with it. I'll have a date with it. They're paying.
I just couldn't stop looking at your Adam's apple. I'm sorry.
Have you seen basketball? Have you seen the movie Basketball? Remember, they're at the bar and they're getting drunk. That guy's like eyeing off that small bloke's eyeing off that big bitch, and she's like, and his mate's like, dude, she's a guy. He's like, how do you know? He's got an Adam's apple. And he gets to there at the end of the film. It's funny. Eh?
You never seen a lady with an Adam's apple before? It's a dead giveaway, right?
Yeah.
Hey, she's got that. Check out. You never hear a guy say, "Ooh, check out that chick's Adam's apple." Wow.
Let's go family style on her.
Wow, check out the Adam's apple on that one. Whoa. Oh man. It's just so ridiculous. You gotta
from the future.
You gotta laugh about it or you'll cry.
Yeah. Well, apparently here in the communist state of Australia, they want to bring back the Jabberwockies. I think they want to do the 5th booster.
Mm.
So
yeah, a lesbian's different. A true lesbian is not a transsexual. I mean, there's
lesbian
lesbians, and then there's bull dyke lesbians, right?
Get your boosters.
There's 2 different kinds of lesbians out there. The ones that take the male role and the ones that take the female role. I don't think you'd want to date a bull dyke.
we call them trucker lesbians or the Kenworth lesbians.
But yeah, it's just really weird. Things have gotten so weird these days.
There's nothing like it.
There's like 378 different genders now.
Is there?
I guess so. People who identify as animals.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the one where that woman identifies as a cat, or she's like a young lady that went to, I think she was in college or something, and she identified as a cat, and her teacher was like called her out on it and said, "Oh, you can't do that," and then she sued the school or some shit.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. This whole thing has just gotten so ridiculous.
And I think she got away with it. I think she got a payout for it. It's like, well, this dumb bitch can get a payout for just dumb fuck stupid shit, and then me, I get discriminated against for not wearing a mask in a doctor's or employment service agency, and I get kicked out, and I have to I take them to court, and they're not doing shit about it. So I don't get fuck all from it. So
yeah. Because you don't care about other people's health?
No, I don't. I couldn't give a fuck. It's their lives.
Other people's health is their own fucking responsibility, right?
That's it.
Do your part and stay home.
If you want to protect yourself from anything,
you got to protect
yourself.
The children.
Just because I don't choose to protect myself doesn't mean I want to go out and spread my disease to the world.
I need to wear 5 condoms or something so I don't spread anything.
Do your part and stay home.
Just stay home.
Mostly I've been staying home anyway. Can't afford to go out.
I go out and I don't have any fun. There's nobody out. There's just there's no attractive women anywhere to hang, to flirt with or anything. It's just,
they're all trannies now. They're all trannies.
You
You
can't go out anywhere and chat with a single woman.
The dating pool these days is zero now, man. Zero.
And then you got to pay if you want to have a couple drinks. Next thing you know, you're spending $500 or whatever. It's insane. How expensive the world is now.
Just go MGTOW.
So it's tough. It's not easy to go out and just find a person in the world today. They made it really difficult for single people.
Yep.
They want people to hook up online and shit.
Yeah, that's good. I've done that a couple of times.
And they've shut down a lot of that too.
Yeah, well, I've done that a couple of times. It really made it
hard for people to hook up online too. I was watching a video today about that.
I've done that a couple of times.
Really difficult. You got to pay a lot of money to try to meet somebody on it. I tried to meet someone online a couple of times. It always seemed like I was being scammed every time.
I've done that a few times, right? And
I've never had any success with it whatsoever.
I've had a few successes with it, right? But you always get the dog. You always get the shit, and you always get
people on online dating because they're having a great love life.
Yeah, but you always get the non-confident losers, and they're all neo-feminists, and you can't reason with them. They always want you to pay for everything. They cry when they don't get their own way. They act like they're 5-year-olds. All that's on there is neo-feminists on these dating sites, and you got to pay for it.
Yeah. I was watching a video today about Tinder and how ridiculous it is.
Fuck Tinder.
You got to pay money just for people to see your profile.
Yeah, you know what I'd do? I'd buy shares in Tinder, and then I'd get on Tinder and pay for it, and then the dividends I'd pay for Tinder. There was a way, but fuck that. I'm not doing that.
And they say people pay money on Tinder and they still never meet anybody.
Oh, have you seen that show Catfish? Have you guys seen that show Catfish?
Yeah,
I've heard of that. I've heard of the term.
It's like a dating show, but it's like they're a reverse dating show. So they see if someone's legit. Like if there was a few people that were on there and they called up this guy, and this guy's like a private investigator, and they travel across the US looking for the people that were somewhat the perpetrators. They but some of them are legit. Some of them look fake, but they're legit. And then they end up dating, or they end up dating for a little while, and then they break up, or they find someone else. But most of the time, it's all fake. But you should see the amount of fakery and the amount of people that are involved in it. Like a network, right?
Yeah, it's all it's an easy way to get people.
I got this message.
You know how you get people? How you scam people? Make them think they're going to get some money. Make them think they're going to get some sex or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you can scam them.
Yeah.
So I got this message on Facebook from this chick.
They use sex and money to scam people.
She's like, "Where are you from?" Asking me all. I could tell it was a fake profile. And they get these fake profiles that hit you up on Facebook.
I can't understand you, man.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
I can hear you.
It's kind of blurry.
Coming in clear.
So, yeah, this chick was like, "Yeah, I want you to, go ahead and do this, and I'll send you pictures of myself, and yeah, maybe we can have a live chat." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm only into donkey shows." She's like, where do you live? And I'm like, I'm in Zambia, Africa. Like, oh, nice. What do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I'm a sex therapist, and just dragging this whole thing on because I know it's a fake account. They're trying to scam me. This all just happened today.
Yeah, it's all such a racket, man. They use that. Because they know they're going to scam some people. There's only fucking desperate people out there that they can fucking scam with that shit.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I was like,
Well,
I could send you money.
Lately, I've been trying on Facebook with there's a group called Toxin Free Singles, right? Which are the ones that supposedly haven't had the jab, right? But there's apparently lots of members in the group. But whenever you try and hook up or hook in or DM a lady that you're interested in, they all go ghosting on you. You know, they ghost you. So I try it out, and then they ghost you. So it's like you say hello and say
like that's the way it is in a lot of these things,
questions, and you ask some questions. You say to them, "Oh, what 3 things would you take to you on a deserted island?" And like pick up artist kind of shit, and then they don't even respond, or they give you a really poor ass response, and it's like, dude, fucking hell, mate. All I want to do is go in for coffee with you, and you don't even want to respond. It's fucking hard, man.
Because they're not real people, man. They're scary.
Yeah, but I test out the waters, and I'm thinking, no, this is all a fucking scam.
Man. Yeah, 99% of it is, and if you can find the 1% that ain't.
Yeah, it's really digging through all that shit.
I mean, there was a time, maybe back when it first started, when it was good. But
yeah, that's when I started. That's when I started, and I was pulling poon like anything, mate. But now it's fucked. It's just a drought.
Yeah, it's you ain't gonna find that online, and maybe if you did, you're really lucky. And it's tough to find in the real world. So they don't want people hooking up anymore, man. They're making it harder and harder.
Yeah, they want people to hook up into the Matrix, not the real world.
People, having sex with machines, for real.
Won't that be fun?
That's what they want.
Yeah.
And it's already happening. I've seen videos on that too. In Japan, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, well, you can buy a sex robot for like. You can buy a sex robot for like. I heard 10 that
sex robots are pretty popular in Japan right now. People actually like go out and have dinner with their sex robot and shit. It's really fucking weird.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I've seen the video about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but
yeah.
Like,
I've seen
Japan that are just, they have no hopes of ever finding a woman, so it's like they go out and have dinner with their.
I've seen a documentary. I've seen a documentary on that. There was these sex robots that were, I think they made them out of America, and they said, they're pretty popular in Japan, and they had this consumer electronics show for adults in. I don't know whether it was Las Vegas or Tokyo or something, and they're all, touting this product. It's going to revolutionize the sex industry and all this other shit,
Fucking weird, huh?
Yeah. It's all about money. It's all about
it reminds me of the Austin Powers movie with the sex bots.
Oh, yeah, the sex bots. That's like a precursor. That's like a precursor to today, the sex bots.
Predictive programming, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought they had machine gun jubblies?
Machine gun jubblies.
Machine gun jubblies.
I think that's more of an English term. I don't think we use that term, jubblies, but that's funny.
Remember that? She was like killing all the people with her machine gun jubblies.
Yeah. Machine gun jubblies.
Machine gun jubblies. I didn't see that one coming.
Sharks with freaking laser beams.
Yeah, that was a lot of predictive programming in those movies.
What about the sharks with freaking laser beams? I haven't seen any of them yet.
Yeah.
Sharks with freaking laser beams.
Doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Yeah, they might exist. In the depths of the oceans.
I'm sure somewhere someone's got a shark with a freaking laser beam on its head.
Some rich, maybe Bill Gates has one in his mansion or some shit.
Maybe Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk has got it in his secret swimming pool.
He is the world's richest man, right?
Yeah, so I've got some sharks with freaking laser beams.
Well, you ain't shit if you ain't got sharks with laser beams on their head.
He just talks like an absolute goof, mate. I don't know what accent it is. It's just like a goof accent.
Oh, Oh, you mean Elon Musk?
Yeah, supposedly he was born in South Africa, but South Africans don't.
You don't sound South African.
No, South Africans are a bit more, I don't know, a bit more jovial in their accent. There,
he sounds more American to me.
No, yeah, I don't know what he is. I reckon he's some sort of bot or alien. I don't know.
He sounds more American than South African. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's really weird. What? Yeah,
no, but some people are born somewhere.
What kind of accent does Elon Musk have?
Yeah, but it's like when people were born in like the UK and then they emigrate somewhere else and then they take on that accent. So you might have been born.
He's got like a robotic accent, kind of.
Yeah. Then you move to the US. And
almost like a non-human accent. Like a
what's that? Yeah.
Cyborg.
Yeah.
Like Data from Star Trek.
Yeah, but everyone's like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we don't know what his intentions are." It's like I think I was watching Alex Jones, and he's like, "We don't really know what his intentions are, and he could be this, he could be that." And it's like, dude, he wants to turn us into cyborgs. He's not a good guy.
Yeah, he wants us all to get a neural implant.
Yeah,
a chip put in our fucking brains. It's way worse than you could ever have imagined. We used to think they just wanted to put chips in our hands. No, they want to put them in your fucking brain, buddy.
Well, they put chips in people's hands like, what was it, 5 years ago?
There's a lot of people that have chips in their hands already, yeah.
Yeah. And it's to open doors. It's to get into, you get candy from the candy machine.
Yep.
Yeah.
It can be used for a lot of different things.
Like but they were paying people like $500 to do it. And they're like, yeah.
You guys remember that story I told you before about the dude opening the car with his hand?
Huh? Yeah. So convenient.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to worry about losing your keys ever again.
Yep.
You scan your chip through the chip reader, and your car opens up, and scan it, and it starts up.
Oh, yeah. Well, a friend of mine just bought a new car, right? And you can download the app, and it tells you the VIN number, the odometer, and what you've used the car for, or what you've just opened.
You have to have an app to drive your car.
Pretty much, and I'm like, he's like, oh, it's so good. I've got this app on it, and it tells me the Ks and everything on it. I said, that's shit. I told him, I said, he just bought like this new Ford Ranger. It's like a pickup truck kind of thing, right? And it's got all the bells and whistles and everything. And I said, mate, I've got a 15-year-old Commodore. That fucking works a treat. I don't have to, it's done almost 500,000 Ks. I've maintained it myself. I've done the oil changes myself. I'd rather that than a brand new car, mate.
I think you might even have to have a cell phone to make your Tesla work. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, you need to call roadside assistance, mate. That's what you need to do. That's why you need a cell phone. Because they always break down, mate.
Do Teslas break down? I thought they were very reliable because they run on batteries.
They are. I sorry, Tesla and Elon Musk. They are the most reliable car ever built. So buy one.
Tesla?
Yeah, the Tesla.
It's the most reliable car ever built?
Yeah, most reliable car ever built.
I don't know.
Sorry, Elon Musk.
I don't really know much about it. I know they electric cars are known to burst into flames.
Yeah.
I see a lot of videos of electric cars just fucking bursting into flames, but who knows? Strange times we're heading into.
Yeah, the great unknown.
There goes the man. There's a second cop that just went by with their lights flashing, sirens going, code 3.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cops around here too, man. I went through like 2 checkpoints the other day. They were doing like drug testing or something.
They're like DUI checkpoints and shit.
Yeah, like for drugs and alcohol. but they weren't open. They were going to open later on. Like, oh, what a relief! I didn't want to go through any of them.
Don't even get me started on the cops.
They probably would have picked up on a few roadworthy items on my car. Stuff that. I hate the cops here, man. They're terrible.
They're definitely here to serve and protect us.
They're here to serve and neglect.
They need who?
To serve and neglect.
Serve and neglect. Yeah. Serve and protect something.
Yeah.
They're
building. They're there to protect the buildings.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So yeah, the earthquakes in Ukraine. You know.
Ukraine? I thought it was in Turkey.
I mean Turkey. Yeah, I get confused.
Yeah, but apparently we're sending aid. We're sending aid to Turkey now because everything's done with Ukraine. They had to make up another thing using weather manipulation. Now we're sending aid to them. We're going to be broke by the end of the year.
I was going to say, man, you know what? I won't be surprised if they start blaming all these earthquakes on climate crisis.
Yeah, climate change.
It's causing earthquakes now. Everything
climate
that they're doing
is causing heart attacks and climate change.
Everything that's going on with that, they're causing. They're calling it climate change. Amazing, huh?
Yeah,
I'm surprised Hyman didn't show up, or even Ken. I haven't seen him in the chat either today.
You know,
so if they're watching, I wish them well.
Whatever you want to hide from the people, and you don't want them to know the real truth about what's causing it, you could just say it was caused by climate change.
Yeah, it's the weather.
Everything that we don't want to, heart attacks are caused by climate change. Strokes are being caused by climate change. The fucking egg shortage is being caused by climate change. Chickens are killing themselves because of climate change.
I never thought of a chicken suicide, but anyway.
You never heard of suicide chickens?
Suicide chickens. No, not yet.
Oh, it's one of the most deadly terrorist weapons out there.
Suicide chickens.
Yeah, the suicide chickens, they strap explosives to themselves. And they... and they fucking they kill themselves and everyone around in the name of Allah.
Do they have box cutters as well?
Allah Akbar.
It's one of the most fucking deadliest weapons known on earth. The suicide chicken.
Were they armed? Were they armed with box cutters as well?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And whatever it takes, they have like box cutters on their claws to get into wherever they need to get into, and so they can detonate themselves, and kill as many people as possible.
Yeah. I still think that story with box cutters, it's just like you think about it. Like I thought about it back then, but because I was under the spell.
Nothing more frightening than a fucking terrorist with a box cutter.
Yeah. But when I looked at it like, 20 years ago, it was like, oh, yeah, I believed it, right? But now it's like, no, that's fucking bullshit.
But no, we're not allowed to question that shit.
No, we can't talk about what happened on that day in September.
No, I mean, that's crazy to question the official story, really.
We don't want to do that.
Plant-based Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Another big thing I've been hearing lately is eat the bugs.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. They'll probably put make chicken patties out of bugs or something soon. That'd be disgusting.
I saw a video the other day where they made like a hamburger patty that was like something like so much soy and so much insect, and then then they showed people eating it. Like, this is not too bad. Huh. Just tastes like a regular hamburger to me.
Then they eat all those hamburgers, and in 10 years they're dead.
So yeah, they're pushing that shit now.
Yeah.
Insect burgers. This guy's like, yeah, I grow all these. They make it like out of mealworms. He's like, he's got this whole farm set up to produce mealworms.
Dude, if you don't start eating bugs, you're gonna kill the earth.
You know, and he's like, yeah, these he's gonna be like, he's saying, like, they were saying, like, so many people around the world eat bugs already.
Yeah, like in
the main part of their diet.
In shit poor countries, yes, they do. But sometimes they just do it for the tourists. You go to Vietnam and you can eat a deep fried tarantula or something. But
yeah, this is like a really it was like promoting it. It was promoting, you know, the bug, you know, eating mealworms burgers.
If you watch that movie Super Mario Bros., you seen that movie? They go to the other dimension and they the street food is all like scorpions on a stick. There's like barbecued scorpions on a stick, and they put them in a hot dog bun.
You think that's predictive programming?
Yeah.
Scorpions on a stick.
Scorpions on a stick in a hot dog bun.
I bet you scorpions are better than insects.
What? Those are insects.
Scorpion is an insect.
No, it's not.
Scorpions are fruit.
Scorpions are more like arachnids.
Oh yeah.
More like spiders.
So
they're a different strain. They have a common ancestor with spiders, I think.
On the western slope here, we get a bunch of little scorpions, and I'll take black light out on the mountains in the desert at night, and I'll shine the black light on the scorpions, and they glow in the dark like fluorescent green.
They do, yeah.
It's pretty far out.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few scorpions in California.
Hey, are you gonna
cool creatures, man? Beautiful creatures.
Are you gonna come to that show?
I don't know. I might. I'm thinking about it.
You should.
It's a ways in the future, right?
Yeah, April 20th.
Oh, that's not. Oh, 420?
Yes, sir.
Shit. I don't usually leave the house on 420.
You never went to Boulder for 420 back in the day?
Nope. I've been up at Eldora snowboarding on 420.
Yeah.
But, no, I don't really give too many fucks about 420. It's just another day to me. But yeah, it's a good day to go to a reggae show, I think.
Yeah. You should come down.
All right, man. I'm thinking about it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna rent like this fucking house that you can walk to Red Rocks from.
You can walk to Red Rocks from the house. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like Red Rocks, man. I've got a lot of history there. Like I told you last time, I almost died there.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
And, yeah.
What show was that?
No, it wasn't a show. We were just up there partying, drinking some beers. Let's go up to Red Rocks, fuck around, hike around on the rocks. Back then, you could hike around on the rocks.
Right.
That's strictly forbidden nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But back then, back in the early 80s, you could go up there and hike in the 70s and 80s. It was like in the mid 80s when they outlawed it. In the later 80s. At that time, you were allowed to go and hike on the rock. It was fucking awesome.
Did you ever go to a Grateful Dead show?
Oh no.
No.
Not my cup of tea, really.
Don't like those fucking hippies, huh?
No, not really.
Not really. No.
I'm not into that shit at all. Even though I live around Nederland.
Yeah.
Man, Netherlands changed a lot, man.
Is there even hippies up there anymore?
Not really. And no, there's still a few. But and they canceled fucking Frozen Dead Guy days this year.
Didn't they move it? They were talking about moving it.
I don't know, but they canceled it for this year.
Wow. That shit's fucking weird, dude. That's like worshiping death and fucking weird.
Yeah, but it's big for the economy there every year.
Oh yeah. I remember
Satanic,
CNN,
I guess. I don't know.
CNN came out when I was there one year. Like fucking CNN isn't dead.
I never went to it. All the years I've been living up here, I've never went to a Frozen Dead Guy day.
Really?
I was there once because I was just going through town. I went to this one bar. I went to the PI one night or one day after snowboarding, and there was, it was a big party going on there. I didn't really care. It was Frozen Dead Guy days or nothing.
I wonder if Bones is still around.
Who? Bones?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Probably at least a couple years since I've seen him, maybe a year or two. I've seen him not that long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he's gone now, though.
Yeah.
He used to work at the PI for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I spent many a night with this Bones.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys seen that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No.
I think so.
Yeah, I caught the end of it. It was on TV the other night, and it was like the last 20 minutes. I think the last 20 minutes, even though I haven't seen the whole movie, I think the last 20 minutes would be like the best part of the movie, because these hippies they break into this guy's house, and he's like high on drugs, and he's got his Rottweiler next to him, and the Rottweiler goes crazy on the hippies, and they all. I think one gets stabbed and one gets mauled by the dog. And this woman's she's crying and she's screaming and there's blood everywhere. And she ends up like going into the pool, drowning into the pool. And this guy gets out his flamethrower and just burns her alive. It's fucked.
Sounds like a good movie.
And this guy gets stabbed in the guy that owns the house. He got stabbed by one of the hippies in his upper thigh, and then he looks at the knife. He doesn't pull it out, obviously, and he's just looking at her and looking at the knife, and then he goes up to her head and just starts bashing her head against the old 70s phones. He just starts bashing her head against the phone like 15 times.
That'll give you brain damage.
Yeah, but he done it until her face was all like torn off and there was blood everywhere and she was dying and it cracked her skull and shit.
So they got scorpions in Australia too. Wow.
Yeah, they do, but it's in the desert. You got to go to like Northern Territory in the desert or Western Australia. So not where we are. So maybe Queensland, I think, but still far away. I'm in the southern states, dude. So.
Yeah.
You should.
I hardly even see koalas here. I hardly even see koalas. I see a few roos.
You guys don't got shit for wildlife where you live, huh?
What's that?
You guys don't got shit for wildlife.
Well, we live out in the suburbs, man. There's nothing here. It's just the only wildlife we see are either birds like magpies or rosellas or crows.
Kangaroos? No kangaroos?
You got to go out bush for kangaroos, but I kind of live in suburbia, but the bush ain't that far from me. I can go about, I don't know, a few miles out and there's bush. But some of the kangaroos have been scared off because people are building new houses. There's new towns that they're building. So where there used to be kangaroos, they've all pissed off. So yeah.
Kangaroos, they don't fuck around with humans.
No, well, I remember going out bush to, stay at a caravan park, and they were just like pretty much like you'd get up to go for a piss or something, and they'd be hanging around, As long as you don't annoy them, they won't box on with you. But if you're in that territory, they'll box on with you. They'll kill you. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't come to Australia. You'll get eaten by kangaroos.
Man-eating kangaroos.
Man-eating chicken.
What about the drop bears?
Yeah, the koalas. They're bastards, some of those things. They can be real. What's
They
that?
drop out of the trees and bite you, right?
Sometimes. Apparently they're poisonous as well.
Oh yeah.
Only joke. No, but they got really bad, like really big claws and everything. So I think I've held a koala before, and they're not really, when you think they're cuddly and they're cute. No, they're like really heavy. Their fur's really, I don't know. It's really coarse. It's not soft. It's really coarse. And then you've got their claws that just,
They're just nasty.
So they're not very
animals.
pleasant animal.
No, I don't know. They're probably not the most pleasant animal, but people think they like to be they're pleasant. But I don't know. I beg to differ.
Are they turning the frogs gay there?
Yeah, they probably are.
We got frogs, gay frogs.
maybe gay French people. I don't know.
This is what's turning the frogs gay right here, actually.
That was some predictive programming by Alex Jones, huh?
Well,
Talking about
Lee was saying, he goes, he reckons that scorpions live in forests in decaying woods.
Everybody knows the scorpions are from Germany.
The scorpions are from
Here
Germany.
I am. Rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah.
You've heard of those guys, right? The Scorpions?
Yeah, I've heard Rock Me Like a Hurricane. That's a good song.
Yeah, they were huge, the Scorpions in our back in my day.
80s, the 80s hair metal.
Oh, the women love the Scorpions. You know who liked the Scorpions? The bitches.
Yeah.
They had a lot of really good songs.
What was that other band? They sang this song, Turn Up the Radio. They're an 80s. Turn up the radio.
Yeah. I remember that song. I don't know.
I can't think of their name.
Was it Autograph?
Yeah, Autograph. Yeah.
Autograph.
But some of these bands, I've only heard one of their songs. I haven't heard all of them. So
they were sucked. They were one-hit wonder 80s hair band.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie Airheads?
Who?
Airheads. It's got Brendan Fraser and it's comedy. These guys break into a radio station and play their demo on it.
I think I've seen a little bit of that. Yeah.
It's like I heard they played this place and they sucked.
Yeah. When I was a kid, and bands like that we didn't like. What did you like? We were more real serious metal bands.
Van Halen was a good one.
Love Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen's a fucking character.
Yeah, I actually met him. Really cool guy. Yeah.
How'd you meet him? Where were you?
I was just hanging out down in Malibu with some friends of mine, and he just walked right up to us. He actually put his arm around me, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Looked me right in the eyes, like, I know this guy from somewhere. Just walked up and put his arm around me like this, and just looked at me with that smile. I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. I'm like, Eddie. It's like, it was pretty cool to have Eddie Van Halen come up and put his fucking arm around me. Yeah, something you'll never forget.
He's definitely a lizard person.
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool. He was a pretty cool guy when I met him. to come up to some kids just hanging out in front of a pizza joint. I was like maybe 18 years old at the time, maybe 19 or something like that.
Blew your mind.
Yeah, there was a bar there, and it was known as a place where people would buy cocaine in Malibu. It was known, the rich and famous would go there and score their cocaine. And I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing there. He went into that bar, and I'm pretty sure
maybe he thought
That's
and then he thought he was high on cocaine, and then he thought you were some rock star or something,
maybe. Yeah.
Hey, I know you.
I dressed like a rock star back then. Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon you could. You maybe he thought you were like Willie Nelson or something, because you kind of have that Willie Nelson look.
No,
hey, it's Willie Nelson.
I was way too young to be in Willie Nelson back then.
Yeah. No, but if you would have.
My first memory of like somebody really ripping a guitar, I walked into this local music store when I was like 8 or something. And you remember that fucking Eddie Van Halen edition guitar that got released?
Yeah.
The red with the black and white stripes.
Yeah.
Which one? Which brand?
It was probably a Strat, I think. I can't remember.
Fender.
It looked
Fender.
like a Strat. So I saw this guy sitting down, ripping that Strat, doing the Van Halen licks. And I just stood there like, wow. This is awesome, that was like.
He actually had his own line of guitars.
Yeah.
The Music Man Van Halen guitars.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
And then he also made another brand. I can't remember what it was, but he had a couple different brands of guitars that he had. A lot
of those 80s kind of hair metal guys used to use. They used to use Ibanez guitar. I think it was like the RG Ibanez.
That was
I got one of them. They were popular
guitar, yeah.
That's what got me into like playing guitar, was that fucking moment, dude. I went and took lessons at that same store. Like a year or two later, I had my grandma buy me a guitar, a Strat, and I'm playing this song, something simple, to my instructor, and I look up and he's passed out. And I'm like, am I that bad? I made my guitar teacher fall asleep? And then I'd be like, hey, was that okay? And he's like, oh, play that again. I'm like, okay. And then he'd fall asleep again. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then I realized.
This guy's high on fucking heroin.
Yeah, this guy was nodding off.
I had a drum teacher like that years ago. The first thing I'd done was play the drums when I was in high school. I think I was like 14, right? And I do, like, Mum paid for music lessons for me, and this guy would say, oh, yeah, just do a basic rudiment, on the drums, it's the basic rock beat. Show me a basic rock beat. So I did that, and then this guy was an angry bastard. I didn't like him at all, right? But he'd either bag the shit out of you or fall asleep halfway through the lesson. And you're like, I'm paying fucker for a lesson, and he's just falling asleep halfway through it.
He was a drug addict, probably.
It's so discouraging when you're a kid, dude. You're just a little kid, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And this was in high school,
yeah,
dude, And then like 2 months later, I thought, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna buy myself a guitar and learn how to play guitar. So I did. I just kicked the drums to the side, and that was it.
Guitar's fun.
Yeah, I couldn't get inspired to.
I used to play guitar a lot. I haven't played in a long time.
I think I started playing the other day, and I was just really bad. I was trying. Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to sing along to some songs, and I was just shit. I was just out of key, and I haven't played in so long. Like it'd be nice to join a band. Man. Yeah, it'd be nice to join a band again, but it's hard to find friends, let alone people to play in a band with. That you just gel with. So
it's good to just practice the basics.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Have you guys seen any of my videos on YouTube playing?
No, I didn't know you had put up videos.
Yeah, there's some from back in the day, Ned and stuff, playing up for Club Ned. I used to play shows at the PI, all that shit.
What do you play? Guitar?
I play guitar. I got a 1978 Gibson Les Paul.
Oh, nice.
I've got a.
Did you ever play with Black Dog?
Yeah, I always was around that scene, man. I never really jammed with Black Dog too much, but maybe a few times. He's a pretty intense dude.
Yeah, he seems like a serious guy.
He's very serious.
With his white dog. I seen him like last summer, like summer of 21.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
I think he was still, I don't know if he's still playing. He probably is. If there's a place to jam in Netherlands, he's fucking jamming there. For sure.
I would jam it with Elephant Revival and Vince.
I just don't go out and hit the scene up like I used to when I was younger.
Here, you guys should watch this shit here. So I got some epoxy with copper in it.
Epoxy with copper in it. So you just like filling the hole. Filling a hole.
Filling a hole.
Cool. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Looks like beeswax or something.
Only on the Weekend Update 200th episode.
Looks like honeycomb or something. Like honey. Thick honey.
Pouring epoxy into a knot hole. Looks like a piece of oak, a piece of walnut.
Yeah, black walnut from Missouri.
Missouri black walnut.
That's going to turn out really wild.
The hardware.
Cool, man. Very nice. I bet that smells delicious.
The other day, this young kid working for me, he was like, Friday, he was like, or no, it was Thursday. He was like, is the Illuminati real?
Yeah, is the Illuminati real?
It's Illuminati.
I don't know, buddy.
I don't know, man.
Maybe you should have said to him, go check their website and find out. You become a member.
No, man.
They'll pay you $1 million. They'll give you $1 million, and then you can be a member.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. TV which is PB and EBH brand. Those are like amplifiers. Yeah, like he had his own amplifiers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was like, I mean, very legendary. We sure miss him. And he did a good album, pretty good album in 2012. And most people don't even know it exists. It's called Van Halen, Different Kind of Truth. It was his last album. With David Lee Roth, believe it or not.
I like, the album for Underage Carnal Knowledge. That's a good album.
Yeah.
So
that was Sammy Hagar. Yeah.
I think that was one of their best albums, in my opinion. But that's
your opinion.
Opinions are like assholes.
They didn't really make any bad albums for sure.
I think that even their mid '80s stuff was not too bad. A lot of people hated Sammy Hagar with Van Halen. Yeah. I couldn't really tell the difference. I don't know. Like maybe because I'm not really a diehard fan of theirs. Like I was more of a diehard fan of the stuff that came out of the '90s and the 2000s. So
yeah, some people. I think they had some really good songs with Sammy Hagar. Yeah, they did some.
They played what's that song? I Can't Drive 55 on Back to the Future.
Uh-huh.
That was Sammy Hagar. That's a good song.
Yeah, that was Sammy Hagar before he was in Van Halen.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get going anyway because I've got things to do. But
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for hanging out.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, you too. All right.
Thanks for
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Later.
Yeah, see
All
ya.
right, man. Take it easy, Oz.
All right. See you guys.
Later. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the week, man?
My plan for the week.
Yes, sir.
Same thing I do every week.
Try to take over the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I might go snowboarding after the snowstorm comes through. That's my plan.
Yeah, you should.
There's a snowstorm coming Tuesday and Wednesday. Eldora could get a pretty good dump.
How much are you expecting?
Like last forecast I saw for Netherlands was like 9 inches.
Wow.
So Eldora could get 1 to 2 feet. You know.
Fuck yeah.
So that's my plan.
You ride a Never Summer?
No.
What do you ride?
I got a couple different boards I ride.
Nice.
I got a Capita and a LibTech.
Nice. You got the serrated edge on the LibTech?
Oh yeah, it's an Orca.
Right on. I've got some LibTech skis.
I got this big ass LibTech Orca for deep powder days, man. It's hard to handle, man, for a guy my size. It's too big of a board for me, but I like it, man. I really enjoy riding it.
Nice, dude.
Especially, I've ridden it on waist deep powder one time. It was fucking deep. The backside of Eldora, like back in 2020.
It was awesome, huh?
February of 2020, yeah, like 2 years ago to the day. This fucking huge snowstorm. I got to ride that Orca, you know. I mean, it wasn't waist deep. A lot of places was knee deep, but some spots was waist deep, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking deep.
Some face shots.
However you look at it, yeah, it was amazing. That Orca just stayed right on top of it, man. It was so cool. You know, if you turn real hard, man, yeah, you shoot up a fucking shit tons of snow, man.
There's nothing like a good powder
experience riding powder that deep on a really good board that's made for it. Wow.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. Probably the best snowboarding experience of my life.
I bet.
And I got a couple other days that were like knee deep. And then shortly after that, the whole world went down the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
You literally couldn't buy any toilet paper.
That's far out, dude.
Went from having the best winter of my life in February. So we all know what happened in March of 2020.
Yeah.
We shut down everything.
What do you think is going to happen from here, dude? Do you think passports coming out?
Who? Passports?
Yeah, the jab passport.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. It's interesting that they haven't even brought it back yet. Not only that, you know, there's like mandates again, lockdowns again.
There is?
No, I'm just saying. I'm surprised there hasn't been.
Oh yeah.
Already. So I don't know. Maybe just I think it's just. I think there's a goddamn strong possibility that they will bring it back.
Sure.
Jason says 200 weekend chats plus all the midweek chats, ridiculosity factor. God, that's a lot of live streaming I've done here. But yeah, appreciate my little audience that shows up every week. And yeah, it's just shooting the shit is all we really do here, right? I don't know why Google and YouTube got to get all upset when all we're doing is talking about what's going on in the world, right? That's all we do. I'm not trying to, influence anybody's, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. It's hilarious, really, that they want to censor people like that,
So what else have you seen in the news that's far out lately, or hearing on public radio?
Just all that shit I've been talking about.
Yeah.
Earthquake, the Grammy Awards, what's going on in Ukraine, climate crisis, and the avian flu. That's what they're talking about this week.
I had a chicken die on me today.
Yeah?
Hopefully everything's good, but you never know.
Yeah, chickens die.
They say that's like a 50% chance fatality.
But no, they're talking about the avian flu is spreading to mammals now.
Oh yeah, bears, and wolves.
Animals that were likely to have eaten a bird, now they're coming down with like bears. They're coming down. I don't know, man, if I believe this bullshit.
It's pretty far out.
Call me a crazy conspiracy theorist for not believing that we're finding all these mammals now that are coming down. It seems like a real obvious, another garbage fucking story they're telling us. I don't know how to say it, but another bullshit scam that they're pulling on us. Put it that way.
Yep.
Who knows what, and they're real sensitive about people like us talking about it. They like to shut you down because it's dangerous.
It's a dangerous
Dangerous misinformation.
Oh yeah.
Trying to see what's really going on in the world is dangerous or just talking to people about what they think about what's going on, right? What people really think is dangerous misinformation. I'm not trying to force my opinion on anybody, right? I'm not telling people what to think. I'm just telling them what my thoughts are on things.
I am. You better stay home.
You got to be very careful what you say. It's ridiculous. It's about control, Davey said. Of course it is. We all know we just got to be careful how we say it. They're watching us. Obviously, we're talking on their fucking platform. Of course they're watching us. Jeez, I'm about to get 4 more chickens while I can.
Yeah, they've been straight selling out of chickens here.
Might start trying to breed your own chickens if you can.
Oh, I do. We hatch all of our own.
Well, that's a good thing. And I heard that they're putting shit in the chicken feed. There's a lot of talk about that.
Somebody was telling me that the other day.
I've heard there's all kinds of videos on YouTube about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
They say stay away from a certain brand.
Purina.
Tractor Supply.
Really?
I guess they're like the largest producer in America, maybe, of chicken feed.
Purina, probably.
Probably, I guess it's like made in China or whatever. I don't know. I can't imagine they're importing chicken feed from China. Chinese chicken feed.
Well, it makes sense to take the chickens out, man. They're huge producers.
Yeah, they're very beneficial to the human race. If you got a certain agenda that we all know that I'd like to talk about, they're definitely a war on the food supply, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not prepared for it at all. We got really no backup plan. I got a little bit of emergency food supply. Not much. I think fucking when things get that bad.
How soon do you think shit's gonna hit the fan?
I don't know. People every year people say, "Oh, this is the year when the whole economy is going to collapse." It just doesn't seem to happen. Year after year after year, it just keeps dragging on. I don't know, but yeah, a lot of people are saying 2023 is going to be a huge. I mean, yeah.
Have they shot down multiple balloons now? What am I seeing in the news? They've shot down multiple things now.
The second one they shot down over Alaska, I think.
Really?
Yep. Just the other day.
Are they saying it's a balloon, or they're not saying?
Yeah, they're saying it was a different kind of balloon, not as big as the other one, a lot smaller. That's all I've heard about it. I don't know where it's from. But we have a good idea. It could be maybe a couple different countries, probably just one. I won't say their name, but it starts with a C and ends with an A.
Oh yeah.
It starts with a CH and ends with an A. I don't know. Why would they do? It's all. I think it's all a big psychological operation.
You think it's part of Project Blue Beam?
But that's how I am. You know how I think, right? I think everything's a psychological because I'm a psychopath. No, I'm definitely not that. No, I'm psychotic or something. I don't know, but I think everything's a psychological operation or a conspiracy. I didn't say conspiracy theory. I said conspiracy. Maybe more like conspiracy fact. But they like to use the word conspiracy theory and theorist, right?
Right.
Because it's been working for them for a long time. Since the JFK assassination, they've been using that term. That's where they coined it.
That's where it started.
People questioning the JFK assassination, they called conspiracy theorists. And it's stuck around since then. Anybody that questions anything, right, is a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Why would they lie to us about all these things, right?
They wouldn't lie.
Why would they lie to us about 9/11? About, all the things that they lied to us about. Everything, basically.
Yep.
That's how crazy you become after a while. When you start following down this path, you become so crazy that you think everything is a conspiracy. That's very dangerous to our democracy.
Very dangerous.
People that think like that are very dangerous to our democracy.
So I watched this guy called Donut Factory. And he kind of breaks into a bunch of conspiracy theories.
Donut Factory?
Yeah, you should check him out. And he talks a lot about how this is the year of the rabbit in Chinese astrology.
Uh-huh.
And how Easter, the rabbit lays what? An egg.
The rabbit and eggs? Wow.
Yeah.
He hides the eggs.
Well, the rabbit lays eggs for Easter, right?
He hides the eggs.
Yeah, he lays the eggs for Easter.
He brings the eggs in a basket and hides them from the children.
Yeah, and
The
that's all
children have to
tied
find
in.
them.
That's all tied into Ishtar and the egg
Oh yeah,
spiracy.
South Park did a whole fucking episode on it,
On the egg spiracy?
on Easter and all that shit, and the Easter Bunny, and there was like a rabbit cult. They
Yeah,
all like put on rabbit ears and shit.
I think it's all connected, bro.
Huh? Yeah. And now it's the year of the rabbit. That's interesting.
Yeah. Playboy Bunny. You know, it's all related to Ishtar and this
And
egg
fucking rabbits
stuff going on, and how the
Easter.
balloon looks like an egg.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Yep.
Well, this is Donut Factory. He comes up with all this.
Yeah, I've been here. I know about all these things.
Yeah.
Just the year of the rabbit, and I never put it all together. And now that, yeah, it makes sense. But what does it all mean? Does it mean that the whole economy is going to collapse, and like they say it's going to do every year? 2022 was pretty bad.
They have to have the Great Reset before 2030.
22 was pretty fucking bad as far as the economy goes.
How long before they completely
inflation,
reset
mostly.
the economy?
Prices just kept going up and up and up and up, and it's still going on in 2023. Even though they keep claiming that they're taking all these, they're raising interest rates and all this stuff to slow down, to slow down inflation. But we still haven't seen any slowdown in inflation.
Nope.
But they've been lying about the numbers all along. It's worse than they're saying.
Oh yeah.
It's way worse than they're saying. They're claiming the inflation rate is like 8% or something, when it's like 16 to 20%. It's like they just fudge the numbers, and they don't count a lot of things. They don't count fuel, and they don't count a couple of different things that are in the price of food or something are excluded from the price of inflation in their official numbers. I don't even know why they bother to lie about it anymore. Who cares? It's obvious.
Yeah, bro. I don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but I think they're going to require us to have something to buy or sell, for sure.
Yeah, it sucks for younger people, man.
Isn't it wild, man? Thinking about the younger kids.
World.
Yeah.
At least I got to live in a much better time, and I remember a much better world than what young people today have experienced. It's pretty sad, really.
It is, bro. Like, how are we got Tinder today. What's the Tinder of the future going to be like,
What, the Tinder?
The Tinder of the future.
Like the hookup looking app?
Yeah, it'll probably be like AI Tinder, Like you just
hook up with a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's heading towards, I think.
Oh, really I just matched with this awesome bot.
It's fucking crazy. That's what they want, They don't want people, like when I was a young guy, man, it was easy to find people, It was so much easier than it is now. I don't understand what happened. How they made it so weird. The whole dating scene in the world today. I don't know. Seems really complicated.
Yeah, dude. They make it so Western women really don't want men, dude.
Yeah, like I said, I go out to bars and shit. I never run into any available single women, ever.
Really?
No, they're just not out there.
Are you serious?
The places I go to, there's just nobody's there. Dead. They're just like couples, and shit. But hardly ever do you see any single women that are attractive or anything. Any single women you do see are nothing that you would want to hang out with.
Right?
Yeah, that's the way it is around here, man. You know, but this is Netherlands, the mountains. I don't really go to bars in Boulder, but and when I do go to the bars in Boulder, it's the same shit. There ain't no fucking single women hanging around there looking to get fucking picked up. It ain't happening.
Yeah, a lot of those Boulder chicks they go both ways too.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, man,
it's not a good time to be single, man, for sure. No. Like it was when I was a younger fella.
Well, I also read that like Denver, the Front Range, is one of the hardest places to find a single woman.
It is, and no doubt about it. You go out to Auburn, you never see any single women hanging around anywhere. I don't probably go to the right places.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Because they're doing things online. They're not going out like they used to.
Yeah, they just have their AI.
I'm sure there's attractive single women out there. They're just not going out and meeting people like they used to.
Yeah.
It's all done on the AI. I don't know. I'm sure there is. It's just few and far between. You got to get lucky at the right place at the right time to meet somebody these days. It's not impossible. Not easy as it was for me in the past. But also, I'm not the young mountain goat I used to be.
So do hippies still live up on Beach Mag
in the summertime?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been up there much the last couple summers to check it out. But I'm sure they do, but I don't know. I know the cops come and fuck with them.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen the Boulder sheriffs doing raids on that area.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Raids?
Yeah, like they bring up a shit ton of sheriffs, have their cars parked there, and I'm sure they're going through there fucking shaking people down and shit, you know?
Yeah.
We're gonna fuck with everybody in there. Everybody, we need ID, blah blah, you know. And
gotta scare people.
Proof of this, proof of that.
Yep.
You have the right to camp here. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen all the sheriff's vehicles parked there. And I drove by and I was like, well, looks like they're fucking going after they're definitely going through there, shaking them down.
Is Grow in Peace still up there?
Who?
Grow in Peace, the grow store above Blue Owl Books.
Where's that at?
Blue Owl Books across the street from the carousel.
Oh, yeah. As far as I know, yeah. I never go in there.
Yeah.
I think it's still going. I think it's still in business, but who knows? There's a couple right in that area. There's 2 dispensaries.
Yeah.
And
I saw there's a new pizza place up there.
In Netherlands?
Yeah. Isn't there?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
There may be. I'm just not aware of it. I don't spend a lot of time in Netherlands like I used to, but I do go there. I like go to Ned's and have a sandwich, or I'll go over to Backcountry Pizza every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's
Is Ned's what Whistler's used to be?
Yep.
That's some fucking crazy times there back in the day.
Spend like $25 to get a burger and a beer now.
Oh, I know, dude. You go down the street to the bar by my house, and it's $35 for a meal. burger, beer.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's like, the prices are just. I just look at the menu and laugh. Oh no! It's just every time I go there, it seems like they have to write it in pencil so they could erase it and make it higher. Every week. It's really bad. This is really bad. The way the prices are going up, it's just insane. What else can I say? I always call it economic warfare. No doubt about it.
Yeah, bro. There's something in the air though, man. Something's gonna happen here soon.
Danny Boy said my neighbor has a new girl over all the time, so those dating apps. Yeah, maybe they work for some people. I just don't know how to do it, man. Doesn't work for me. I'm a big problem of mine. I won't pay him a dime, man. I ain't gonna pay for no damn dating app. Fuck that. If they want money from me, to me it's a scam. Why should you pay money to meet a person? You know, it's stupid. And that's their model, their business model. All these dating sites, it's all about making money. No doubt about it.
And then they can control who you like and who you dislike. They can control who you see.
Yeah, and most of the people that go there will never find anybody. Spend a shit ton of money to not find anybody. That's the fact. That's how it works. If everybody found somebody, they would put them out of business, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I tried a couple times and I was like, yeah, this is bullshit, and it never seems to go anywhere. It's like spinning your wheels. It didn't take me long to figure it out. You ain't gonna meet nobody on this fucking thing. It's all a big racket. But like I said, it's a good racket because they're preying on lonely, desperate people, right?
Yep.
Lonely, desperate people will do whatever they think they have to do to can end their lonely desperation. And that's how they do it, man. They use that. They use, lonely desperation to scam people. And they also use greed,
Oh, yeah.
They scam people with, easy money scams, and that's another way. That's another thing they use to get your money. But yeah, Davey says, I got married 22 years ago. Yeah, it was easy back then. It sure was. It was a whole different world, man. They really changed everything since then.
Yeah, we don't have party lines anymore. Hey, you want to get on a group?
I don't know what it is, but why they made it's big designed by design for sure. I would say they did a lot of things to destroy, the modern, hookup, and it's all also a part of their, how you say, depopulation agenda. The less people are hooking up, the less people are going to get pregnant, right?
Yep.
I'm sure if you're in an LGBTQ dating site, it's probably a lot easier. I bet if you went on one of those sites, you'd hook up right away. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. I bet you. Davey says, actually, to the point where it's hard to find anything good about today. Yeah. There's a lot of good things in the world, but yeah, they just keep pushing all the horrible shit. The horrible shit just won't go away, and it just keeps getting worse. That's the problem. And they've taken away a lot of the good things for sure. I've watched it in my lifetime go from ultimate freedom when I was a kid to this fucking police state we live in today. I remember a time when the cops were decent people, man. They
I've
weren't
met
out
some great cops.
to destroy people's lives.
Yeah.
No, you know,
I've met good cops.
cops are really not there to help anybody. They don't help anybody.
Doesn't seem like
All they
it
do is
anymore.
hurt people. All they do is punish people, fuck with people, and destroy people's lives.
I think there's still some good cops somewhere, dude.
I've yet to meet one.
I've met them.
We'll agree to disagree there, because if they're enforcing these evil laws, then they're not right.
Some of them are standing against it.
But they got to follow their fucking orders no matter what. So
yeah,
I don't know. We're not going to argue about it, man. You can believe what you want about the police, and I'll believe what I want about the police. Anyways, yeah, it's been a great 200th episode special. I think we're gonna wrap it up on that note.
Good seeing you, brother. Sorry
yeah,
I'm working during the episode, but good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. Taking the time. Your
Have a
busy
good night,
schedule.
my brother. Yeah,
Good
man.
night.
Anytime. Good night.
Good night, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.